2042, and we're truly grateful for all of her efforts and her help in the Safe at School diabetes legislation. So at this time, allow me to clap again to bring Representative Heather Carter to the stage. Thank you.
Can you guys hear me? Very good. Well, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I don't think you could have ordered a more beautiful day to have your advocacy day at the Capitol. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, and it's not raining. So be thankful for that. It is my honor to be here today with this group because many people don't know, but people in my family suffer from diabetes. My mom, my husband are both type 2 diabetics. We've had other family members who have been type 1 diabetics. So please know that I completely understand some of the challenges related to education and kids being able to attend the school of their choice and manage their diabetes in a safe environment. And that's why I just want to say thank you to your organization for the privilege of running this legislation, because without groups like yourself, sometimes it's very hard to relay the message to some of the members who maybe don't have an understanding of what you and your children face every day as they try to go to school. So today is a really important day for you as advocates. We have many days down here at the Capitol where people are advocating for a variety of issues. And for example, we have the Cancer Society come here. I work with the American Heart Association, and the Diabetes Association works very closely with those organizations. And so members are looking to hear from you today so that they can learn more about the challenges facing those who are suffering from diabetes. So I was told that one point of information that you would like for me to share is how can you be most effective with your legislators? Because just by a quick show of hands, how many of you have meetings scheduled today with either a senator or a representative? Can I just see a quick show of hands? Fantastic. And if you don't have a meeting already scheduled, I would encourage you to make sure you know who your representatives are and even stop by at the security desk just to see if they're available. A lot of times during lunch, you will see people travel out to the lawn here, and you'll be able to introduce yourself. And if you know that person's name, you can absolutely stop and say hello, introduce yourself, tell them where you live, and tell them what issues are important to you. And today, I would advise you to focus on issues around diabetes. So if you have a meeting with your legislators today, sometimes people say, what do you want to hear? Because I have meetings all the time with constituent groups, with advocacy groups, and a lot of times when we're in session, we only have 15, 20 minutes to actually dive into the issues. So you definitely want to let them know that you live in their district, that you vote in their district, and that these issues are important to you. And if you haven't already sort of practiced your elevator speech, does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say an elevator speech? Drilling it down to something that you can communicate in just a short ride, you'd be great at it, I know it. Practice your elevator speech about what you want to advocate today. So related to the bill specifically, the bill has passed out of the House, so you can thank your members in the House that have supported it. And then it's over in the Senate right now, and it's awaiting caucus action today. So both the Democrats and the Republicans in their caucus will be talking about the bill. And we project that the bill will probably be moving for floor, which means everybody will get to vote on it within the next week to 2 weeks. So your senators are the ones that really need to hear from you immediately. Your representatives, you can look up their voting record online and find out if they supported the bill or not. And if they did, please say thank you. And if they didn't happen to support the bill, it's absolutely appropriate to ask them, what was your concern related to the legislation? And maybe perhaps they didn't have an answer to a question at that particular time, and maybe you can answer their questions so that they can support this idea moving forward. I believe this is just the first step in a long series of work that we need to do around making sure our schools are safe and available for our children that are suffering from diabetes. And so I look forward to working with Mr. Rip Wilson. If you don't know him, he's standing in the back there in the beautiful gray suit, who's down here advocating on your behalf almost every single day. And that's really important because things happen very quickly at the legislature. And so we need to be able to have sort of a lifeline to our constituencies and to our advocacy groups so that we can make the best decisions on bills moving forward. So today, just as a summary, Make sure you introduce yourself. Make sure you're finding the people that represent you in your district. So for example, I'm all of North Phoenix, everything from Scottsdale Road to 67th Avenue. I think I have some constituents in the audience because I know we have a few meetings scheduled today. So if you're not on my calendar, please stop and say hi to me after this speech. But it's beyond today. You cannot let your work on these issues stop here today at Advocacy Day. It's really easy to get excited around an event like this because they do a fabulous job educating the representatives and the senators about the issues, but your work is year-round. And it's really important for you to establish relationships with your elected officials at all levels of government during what we call the interim or maybe off session. So if you don't already know, please, I encourage you to go to the website, and I'm sure it's probably on the diabetes website where they can find their elected officials. Send an email to your congressman. Send an email to your state representatives. Send an email to your city representatives and your local representatives so that they know who you are before you need to make an ask on legislation. Because a lot of times, if I know somebody or I have a relationship with you, it's much easier when somebody sends me an email, vote this way on a bill or vote that way on the bill, and I say, oh, I know that person, and I know what's important to that person. And so it doesn't take you don't have to take the time to actually say, now, who are you and what do you represent? So your work does not just stop here today. And that's what I really want you to take away. This is a great start to a long process or a culmination of a last year's work related to this bill, but it's ongoing. And so please don't look at this as just one snapshot in time. It's an ongoing relationship that I hope to have with you because I am the House Health Chair, so I work across all of the legislative districts related to healthcare issues. But I encourage you to reach out to all of your representatives. So thank you once again for being here today. You guys do a great job with education, and I look forward to working with you in the future.